If this crazy bridge had been put into reality, you could have driven a car from the United States to Russia. The concept has risen several times since the late 1800s, but has always been delayed by various causes. Today, this video will finally reveal all details about this bridge. Make sure you watch the video until the end to stay up to date. Without further ado, let's start. To begin, what is the Bering Strait crossing? The Bering Strait crossing is an idea for a bridge or tunnel that would cross the narrow and shallow Bering Strait between Russia's Chukotka Peninsula and Alaska's Seward Peninsula. The passage would create a link between the Americas and Eurasia. At the strait's narrowest point, these two states are only 85 kilometers apart. The average depth of the Bering Strait is 50 meters, which is not very deep. At its deepest point, it's barely 90 meters deep. Interestingly, the Bering Strait was initially considered a land bridge connecting North America and Asia during the Ice Age. However, the strait experiences intense storms in the winter, with ice covering most of the Bering Sea. In the middle of summer, the remaining ice drifts into the strait. There are many islands in the strait. Russia owns Big Diomede Island, whereas the United States owns Little Diomede Island. The international dateline runs between the two islands, putting the American and Russian sides on different calendar days. When daylight savings time is in effect, the Russian side is 20 hours ahead of the American side, hence the adorable nicknames of Tomorrow Island and Yesterday. Let's begin with the short history. In the mid-16th century, European geographers proposed that a waterway named the Strait of Anian divided North America and Asia. But no one had gone so far as to confirm the existence of this strait. 100 years later, Semyon Desnyov crossed the strait, but European geographers were still unaware. Finally, in 1728, a Danish geographer named Vitus Bering went to the strait. 4 years later, Russian exploration commander Mikhail Gvozdev crossed the strait from Asia to North America for the first time. He was one of the first Russians to set foot on Alaskan soil. Only a handful of people settled along the strait. The region is mainly unpopulated, with only a few small villages and communities. Since its discovery, humans have crossed and continue to cross the Bering Strait from both directions. You would be amazed at the possibilities of the mode of travel. Max Gottschalk used a dog sled to travel from Russia to Alaska in 1913. Lynn Cox, an Olympian swimmer, swam 4.3 kilometers between Alaska and the Soviet Union in 1987. Her actions were praised for reducing tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Dmitry Shaparo and his kid skied across the frozen strait in 1988. Later, in 2006, Dmitry Kiefer of France and Carl Bushby of the United Kingdom traveled across the icy strait in 15 days. But in 2012, Russia made the area along the coast of the strait a military zone that can only be reached with a special permit. Anyone who enters the strait without permission may be arrested and deported. But now we're coming to the most important question. Will there ever be a bridge built? An 88-kilometer-long bridge connecting Russia and the United States may not appear to be a long bridge to construct, but there are some excellent reasons why a bridge has never been built. The environment in the area is harsh during the winter. Temperatures can quickly drop to minus 20 degrees Celsius in the winter, and the Bering Strait is regularly frozen between mid-December and mid-June. That would double the time it would take to complete the bridge by limiting construction to about 6 months every year. If we look at this map of Alaska, we can get a good idea of where the bridge would start, but there's nothing nearby. No quarries, cement works, steel workshops, or gas stations, and you can't even get there by road. To get the materials to the location, hundreds of millions of dollars would have to be invested in infrastructure. On the Russian side, the nearest railway is more than 3,000 kilometers distant, while the nearest roadway isn't even paved and is about 2,000 kilometers away. So while the geographical distance between the two countries is tiny, the economic, cultural, and political disparities are too significant. There will be a common ground between them if both countries try to discover it. That's all, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Do subscribe to get updates about what's new on our channel. Can a bridge between Russia and the United States ever be built? Please let me know in the comment section below. Catch you in the next video.